If you're the owner of a Korg Pa5X keyboard, you may have noticed that Korg has discontinued support for the EC5 5-way multi-foot switch. In fact, the multi-pin connector has completely disappeared from the Pa5X and the EC5 is no longer available here in the UK, and I would imagine that the same applies to the rest of the world. So this video will introduce you to a great alternative to the EC5, and although I'm demonstrating this using a Pa5X, the same principles will also work on other Korg Arranger keyboards. A customer of Bonner's pointed me in the direction of a great product known as the Behringer FCB1010. So the FCB1010 is a MIDI foot controller that has 10 foot switches, and they're all available to be assigned to useful functions on Korg Arranger keyboards, as opposed to the 5 switches that were available on Korg's own EC5. It also has 2 foot controllers that can be assigned to various functions too. The thing is that unless you're technically minded, setting up the FCB1010 could be a bit of a learning curve for some keyboard players. So I've decided to make this quick video to show you how to set up both the keyboard and the FCB1010 to control your Korg Arranger keyboard. It's fairly easy once you know how to do it, and I hope you find this video useful. If you do, please give it a like and subscribe to my channel for more hints, tips, reviews and demos of the latest keyboards and digital pianos. I've divided this video into 2 parts. The first part deals with programming the foot switches, and the second chapter tells you how to assign the controller pedals to expression and other useful functions. After purchasing your Behringer FCB1010, the first thing you need to do is connect it to the MIDI input on your Arranger keyboard. There wasn't a MIDI cable included with the FCB1010 that we purchased, so be aware of this when you're ordering yours. Connect the MIDI out socket of the FCB1010 to the MIDI in connector on the back of your Korg keyboard. The next task is to make an adjustment to the MIDI settings within the keyboard so it knows to expect to be receiving control messages from the foot switch. On the Pa5X, you need to press Settings and then select the MIDI menu. Select the MIDI in channel page and set channel 1 to Control. I suggest you press the little menu tab at the top right of the screen and select Save MIDI Preset to retain your settings even when you switch off the keyboard. Exit away from the MIDI settings page. Now we need to program the foot switches to be assigned to the functions of your choice. To make things easy for you, I've created a Behringer FCB1010 MIDI controller assigned numbers list as a PDF document that you can download using the link in the description to this video. The basic principle is that each of the functions that can be controlled by a foot switch is assigned a number. You need to set each of the foot switches on the Behringer controller to the relevant number for the function that you want to control. So for example, if I want switch number 1 to control intro 1, the document tells me that I need to set the control message transmitted by the foot switch to program change number 81. So as an example, let's do this. First I select the switch that I want to program, then I hold the down foot switch for about 2 seconds to get into edit mode. Press up and then select switch 1 again and the red LED light should flash. Press up again to enter the program number. We need to select the number 81, and we do this either by using the expression pedal to change the digits or simply by using the numbered foot switches to enter the number. Once you've selected the program number, press the up switch again to register it. Hold the down switch to exit the programming mode. Now you can test if the switch is working the way you wanted it to. So if I press foot switch 1, you'll see that the intro 1 light now comes on. Let's do it again. And that's it. All you need to do is program the other switches to select the functions that you need. The nice thing with the Behringer foot controller is that you can program 10 completely different banks of presets. So you could have your set of 10 switches configured to completely different functions in bank 1 compared with the switch assignments in bank 2 and so on. I've set mine up so buttons 1 to 4 change the style variations and buttons 6 to 9 change my keyboard sets. Buttons 5 and 10 are controlling drum fills, but it's completely up to you, of course, which functions you set to which switches. In this example, I'm going to program control pedal B, that's the one on the far right of the unit, to control the expression of the PA5X. And I'm also going to show you how to program control pedal A to adjust the filter cutoff, which I like to use on synth pad sounds. Before programming the expression controllers, you need to make another adjustment to the MIDI settings within the keyboard so it knows to be expecting to receive control messages from the FCB1010. On the PA5X, press Settings and then select the MIDI menu. Select the MIDI in channel page and set channel 2 to global. Tap the menu in the top right hand corner to save your MIDI settings and then exit away from the MIDI settings page. Now we need to set the FCB1010 to send control pedal changes on MIDI channel 2. So with the FCB1010 powered off, hold the down button whilst you switch the unit back on, and the direct select light should be green. Press the up pedal so the MIDI function flashes green. Press button number 8 to select the programming mode for expression pedal A, and then press the up button to enter the MIDI channel programming mode. The red numerical LED should flash. This is the MIDI channel that is assigned to the expression pedal A. We need to set it to channel 2, so just press switch 2 and then the up button to confirm. Press up twice more so the MIDI function flashes green again. Press button number 9 to select programming mode for expression pedal B, and then press the up button to enter the MIDI channel programming mode. The LEDs should flash again, and this is a MIDI channel that's assigned to expression pedal B. We need to set it to channel 2 like our one already is, and then press the up button to confirm the channel. Press the down button for about 2 seconds to exit the programming mode. So now we've told the unit to send control messages on MIDI channel 2, but we also need to tell it which actual messages to send. So we want to send expression, which is MIDI control change 11. Bear in mind you need to carry out this next stage for every one of the 10 foot switches because the status of the expression controller is memorized for each of the buttons. So select preset switch 1, then hold the down foot switch for about 2 seconds to get into edit mode. Press up and then select switch 9 and the red LED should flash. Press up again to enter the controller number for expression, which is number 11. Once you've selected number 11, press the up switch again to select the minimum expression value, and that's the value that will be transmitted to the PA5X when the pedal is completely open. So I suggest you use a value of 0. Press the up switch again to select the maximum expression value, and that's the value that will be transmitted to the PA5X when the pedal is completely closed. I suggest you use a value of 127, and you can use the expression controller to actually change the value. Or you can use the numerical buttons. Press up to enter the value and then hold down the down switch to exit the programming mode. You can now test the expression controller is working. So I'm now going to show you how to assign the second MIDI controller pedal to a useful function, which is filter cutoff. And this gives a nice sweeping effect on synth pad sounds as shown in this example. So again, select preset switch 1, then hold the down foot switch for about 2 seconds to get into edit mode. Press up and then select switch 8, which actually corresponds to this expression controller here, and the red LED should flash. Press up again to enter the controller number for expression, which is number 74. So simply type that in using the numerical buttons. Once you've selected number 74, press the up switch again to select the minimum filter cutoff value, and that's the cutoff value that we transmitted to the Pa5X when the pedal is completely open. I suggest you use a value of around 40, and you can select that either with the expression controller or just type the number in. Press enter to confirm the number. Now we need to enter the cutoff value for when the foot switch is complete, or the foot controller is completely closed. I would select value 127 and again press enter, hold down the down button to exit from the programming mode. Now you can test the filter controller is working. I would suggest you select a synth pad voice, as this function works best on this type of sound. So that's all. The FCB1010 is the ideal piece of kit to complement your Korg Pa5X or other Korg Arranger keyboard. If you found this video useful, please give it a like and subscribe to my channel. And that just leaves me to say thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in another keyboard demo video very soon.